Welcome back to Movie Moshow. Today we are going to review the psychological horror film, House of Nine. If you like our content, don't forget to like and subscribe. We post multiple times daily. Spoilers ahead. Lee, a young woman who has been abducted, wakes up in what appears to be a mansion. As she exits her room, she discovers others who are still asleep. She makes an attempt to escape but discovers that all of the doors are locked. Panicking, she loses consciousness. A priest awakens Lee, who discovers that the other 7 have already woken up. They are going to play a game, someone says over the speaker. The voice orders them to murder one another until there is only one person remaining. At that point, the survivor will be set free and given a $5 million reward. The players make vain attempts to flee by smashing the door with a dining room table as a battering ram and tunneling into the basement. A food-filled dumbwaiter is revealed when the kitchen makes a sound. The participants announce themselves in the dining room. Father Duffy is a priest, Jay is a police officer brandishing a gun, Lee is a dancer, Claire is a tennis player, Francis is a musician and Cynthia is his wife, Albie is a driven rapper, Shona is a drug user, and Max is a fashion designer. Some players have hoped that this might draw outside assistance thanks to Shona's ankle bracelet monitor. After supper, the players decide who would share a bedroom, with Father Duffy receiving his own, Cynthia and Francis taking the other, and the others choosing to sleep separately. The following morning, Jay is attacked by an unauthorized intruder. When the guy leaves, Jay and Lee gather everyone in the hallway and start arguing. After that, Jay confides in Lee that the only people he can trust are her and Duffy. The gang tries to catch their attention after hearing sounds from outside but is unsuccessful. Except for Duffy, Lee, and Jay, they go drunk after opening the wine cabinet out of dejection. When Francis comes back, he discovers Albie pursuing Cynthia, which leads to a confrontation between the two men. Albie pushes Cynthia when she steps in, killing her by hitting her head against the stone railing. Jay uses a pipe to hold the door closed while isolating Albie as a kind of punishment. Albie afterwards shouts to be let out during dinner. However, Duffy escapes and brutally beats Jay with the pipe after bringing him food. Everyone becomes clearly upset by this, especially Albie. Jay hands his rifle to Duffy as he breathes his last. The 6 survivors discover food and alcohol the following day. When Francis sees Albie, he is sorry for what occurred with his wife and the latter seems to have already forgiven him. Later, Albie is discovered hanging from the ceiling, having presumably committed suicide, by Father Duffy and Lee. Francis withdraws and exhibits signs of a mental collapse following another group argument. In their room, Shona and Claire get into a fight that ends with Claire stabbing Shona with a corkscrew. Francis pays a visit to Lee in her room and electrocutes her by taking the light fixture off the wall and putting it into the sink. When Claire is located, Father Duffy hears her claim of self-defense. Lee is discovered on the bathroom floor after he departs to seek for her. When Claire goes to buy food, she runs across Max and makes an alliance offer. Father Duffy shoots Francis in the stomach as he attempts to attack the priest. When Father Duffy enters the foyer again, he discovers Max choking Claire, which prompts him to shoot Max in the head. Francis kills Claire first, then Father Duffy, after stabbing the priest and grabbing the weapon. Lee, who survived the electrocution, finds the glass pieces that Francis had earlier stashed in a washroom. After learning that Lee is still alive, Francis pursues her. Lee stabs him in the struggle that ensues as he plays with her and flees to a balcony. They fall over the rail when Francis comes at her. Lee falls on top of Francis, but when she stands up, she sees that the shard had pierced his heart, causing him to pass away. When the front door opens, a bright light and a bag with money, presumably, on the floor are visible. She finds 4 others with luggage and who are obviously shaken as she makes her way across the hallway to another area of the property. The movie concludes with a frightened Lee understands that the game is still going on. Thank you for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe.